Women of Reddit, what's one thing every girl should know but is rarely taught? Only thing I can think of that I haven't seen mentioned is that cold water is better at getting out blood than hot water. Hydrogen peroxide is the best for blood stains. It is not okay for period pains to be so bad that you're incapacitated. It's not normal to be stuck in bed for 2 days or more every single month. Cramps are normal, pain is not. Don't suffer in silence. It could be a myriad of things that you can get help for. For instance, 1 in 10 women have endometriosis and it is a horrific disease that gets brushed off as period pains when you need help. See your GP, nurse, anyone. If you suspect for a second it isn't normal, go see someone. In the UK on average it takes up to 7 years for a diagnosis due to misinformation. If your healthcare professional dismisses your concerns, insist or seek a second opinion. What to expect when you go to the gynecologist? I swear they just took me there when I was 13 for what they said was a checkup. Someone seriously needs to walk you through what's going to happen. That prolonged wearing of pointed closed-toe heels often cause bunions. I'm not sure how often this is taught, but I don't often see it mentioned. As a heel wearer in my 20s, I decided to stick with open-toe styles as soon as I found this out. I imagine regular rounded pumps might not be so bad. Also, not all sizes are created equal. Shoes should never be pinching on your feet, so if you feel it, chances are that the shoe is too small for your foot. Never be afraid to go up a size, but know that there's also varying widths as well. It's possible to be allergic to condoms and or semen. If you're experiencing pain during or after intercourse, look into whether you have a latex or CM allergy. Obviously this depends on contraceptive use. Took me way too long to realize this. If you wear see-through clothing like a white blouse and don't want your bra to show, wear a skin color bra that matches your skin tone. Or wear a nude one as a black lady and look super ashy. The reason why celebs always look perfect in their clothing is because they get it professionally tailored. It's not because you're too thin fat for the clothes in the shops, but because you probably don't get your clothes altered. Well-fitting clothes make the biggest difference. Also those pictures of models wearing those clothes, they've got clips and pins holding that crap into place. Vagina vulva care and maintenance. Seriously, most schools talk a bit about menstruation and STDs, but don't talk at all about how many things can go wonky with female plumbing or prepare girls for the Pandora's box / Rubik's Cube they've got between their legs. Most women find out only after having an issue, and only if it's bad enough to need a doctor, sometimes in their 20s or 30s. Things like UTIs, BV, HIV, yeast infections can cause damage if you don't get them treated quickly. Douching is bad, okay? Never wash your vagina with soap or put anything like body lotion up there. Thongs can cause problems. Tight jeans can cause problems. Bad underwear material or infrequent underwear changing can cause problems. Lotions and detergents can cause irritation. Hormones, discharge, and menstruation changes and fluctuates across a cycle. So what's normal and what indicates a problem? And as far as I remember, the clitoris isn't talked about in biology health classes and isn't even put on most diagrams of the female undercarriage. That's insane. The world probably isn't really for masturbation to be taught in schools, but girls should at least be getting a complete picture of their bits that includes the major source of sexual pleasure on their body. Basically, girls inherit this insanely complex and delicately balanced system, and learn basically nothing about it. But every single girl will wonder at some point if this or that is something normal or super serious, and most will have some issue down there sooner or later. That movie stars and the like are wearing a lot of makeup to look so fantastic. Maybe this should be obvious. I always knew they were wearing makeup. What I didn't realize was how much and how big of a difference it makes when a professional makeup artist prepares a star versus a girl whose mom never taught her how to put on makeup trying online tips. I honestly didn't even realize what makeup could do until I saw a boy make himself look like Kim Kardashian with just makeup a few months ago. I honestly thought for the longest time that most of the actors, musicians and models were naturally and effortlessly beautiful. Practical advice: know how to shut off the mains water and gas supply in case something happens. Know how your car works and what is needed to service it. I knew a girl I went to uni with who didn't know that she had to check the oil and water levels in order to stop the engine from blowing up, which it did. Just general DIY. Google and YouTube are a big help. Dads and male mums and female relatives should encourage young women to look after themselves. A mechanic once told me that one car was brought to him by a lady who was complaining that her car was running badly and making noises. A check revealed she was unaware she had to top up oil in the engine sometimes, had let it run dry, and basically the engine exploded. £2,000 repair bill. There are easier forms of birth control other than the pill. The patch is my favorite. Only have to use it once a week and forget. They also make female condoms. Also, don't be shy about getting your bra size. The store people don't care, and your body will thank you. Also, invest in a handheld shower head. Nothing better than the ultra freshness of a clean front and bottom. Don't use lube with glycerine in it. Nobody ever taught me this and I used to have constant UTIs. Switched to a glycerine-free lube and I haven't had one since. Not female, but ladies, you are not responsible for managing everyone else's emotions. I have mothers, daughters, and wives in my practice who genuinely feel sympathy for everyone around them and sink 80% plus of their time trying to compensate for the emotions of those people. You can't force a child, parent, or husband to be happy. You can be happy, and 90% of the rest is incidental. Doing this doesn't make you selfish. It allows others their accountability and empowers you to care for yourself. Doctors are gonna immediately recommend birth control pills the minute they find out that you are sexually active. Please do your research before choosing which kind of birth control method, pills, condoms, etc. you want. I was on BC pills for about 9 years before I realized that they might be the cause of my high anxiety blood pressure issues. BC pills weren't right for me. Find out what will work best for you. There are so many things I was never taught and I went out into the world incredibly unprepared. Straight into some really tough situations I couldn't handle. I've been harping things into my daughter that I got pregnant with at 19 because of my unpreparedness, since she was old enough to understand. 1. Always carry enough money to get yourself home without help. 2. You don't owe anyone sex or access to your body. 3. Alcohol can be fun. Do not test your own limits to it in public. 4. This is how to change a tire. Change oil. Change a fuse. Change windshield wipers. Change a headlight. Fill your car with fluids. Do basic car diagnostics and maintenance. 5. You are the only one responsible for your behavior and well-being. Do not assume someone else is watching out for you. 6. No always means no. If it stops meaning no, you're in a bad situation and you do what you need to do to get out of it. It was not your fault. 7. Masturbation is awesome. Do it lots by yourself before you include someone else. If something goes wrong, no one in the will blink an eye. 8. Sex is awesome, but losing your virginity is not a race. You will regret hasty decisions. 9. This is how birth control pills, IUDs, female condoms, mouth guards work. This is how a condom is put on. Always do it for him or watch him do it to make sure it's done right. This is the morning after pill. Use it. 10. Abortion is not birth control. It is a hard choice after birth control fails. This is what abortion is. This is the controversy surrounding it. It's your body and this is an important decision. Do not take it lightly. 11. This is how your cycle works. Learn to manage your responses to it. Menstruation is not an excuse to be in butthole. Yes, it's okay that your vagina smells. This discharge is fine. That discharge is not. Doctors are there to help you, not judge you. 12. Never be afraid to ask for help. Always trust your instincts. 14. Phone me if you need me. I don't care if you're halfway around the country and your curfew was yesterday. I will come get you and love you. She's 15 next month and venturing into the dating world. I wish every day that someone had talked to me the way I talked to her. She's as confident and self-assured as a 15-year-old can be and I feel like she's got this. Well, as much as any teenager has a handle on anything. Not that you need me to tell you this, but you're a really good mom. Just as boys should learn how periods work, yeah, it can get gross and achy, but nothing to be afraid of. Girls should have a better understanding of how erections really work. Erections happen long before puberty does. It happens to infant boys all the time. Erections are not always sexual in nature. It can be comparable to goosebumps. You feel a draft and suddenly your skin is bumpy. They can happen for seemingly no reason at all. Some boys can't concentrate. Some might even feel like freaks. However, this process is normal and part of physically maturing into an adult. Just as it is wrong to make assumptions about a girl's arousal and make them to do something they don't want to do, it's equally bad to do that to a boy. Puberty is gross and weird and awkward for everyone. Please be kinder to each other. Absolutely. Also, making sure they understand that blue balls are not a life-threatening condition. I know so many girls who did sexual things they didn't want to because boys insisted that they were in pain, it wouldn't go away, otherwise their dong would fall off, or they didn't. I've posted this before. If you are wearing white pants or a shirt, don't wear white bras or underwear. Wear something more close to your skin tone. People tend to think that if you wear white under white, it cancels itself out, but it doesn't. It does the opposite, it highlights. Also, female clothing is super sheer, so it's even more obvious. So if you care about your undergarments showing, don't wear white underwear. Clothing is transparent with additive blend. If you want to mix with the background, use the background color semicolon. If you're in an abusive relationship with a man, you should go with a form of birth control that cannot be altered with, or let them know about it. Depo shots can really help a woman out here. Ideally, the best solution is to leave, but if they can't do that for whatever reason, she needs to be covered in terms of birth control. And also, leave, and do so safely. Have a go bag packed and hidden somewhere safe. Not to tolerate unwanted contact or touching, but also, if you are sexually harassed, assaulted or raped, to know that it is not your fault, and it's not shameful to you. It doesn't make you less pure. Not that I think before purity is relevant. No matter what others say, you are not weak or you had a bad thing happen to you. You are still a good person. It's the perpetrator who is bad and weak. I would teach this to boys too. Being assaulted does not make you less of a man. Also, if anything should happen to you, I am sorry if it does. Do not shower and go immediately to the police. This thread is depressing as heck. It paints a woman's experience through life as a series of avoiding men's unwanted advances, dealing with vagina issues, how to not feel insecure because celebrities seem perfect, and how to handle life after rape. This is not all of a woman's experience. However, these issues hinder women's quality of life and their ability to grow into healthy adults. There are some sad realities to contend with, but they must be dealt with, or else sadder consequences may ensue. Ladies, if you're going out on a date, make sure someone you're close to, whether it be a parent or friend, knows the name of the person you're going out with and the address of where you'll be, for obvious reasons. Source: I casually dated a dude who murdered someone. That erring on the side of preserving our physical safety is more important than someone's opinion. It's amazing how many of us won't uphold our own boundaries or will let our initial no be discounted because we don't want someone unimportant to think we're being a B. Don't waste your precious time, your love, your mental well-being on someone because you think they will change. Nothing, and I mean nothing, you do will change someone. A person will only change by themselves. You can offer love and support to friends, crushes and partners, but unless they want to change they will not. An ultimatum will not change them. Marriage will not change them. A baby will not change them. Nothing will. So if it's not something you can live with, get out. You don't have to have children if you do not want to. If you want children, great. If you don't want kids, great. The decision is yours. Also, don't let society or your family pressure you into having a child or having more children. You need to do what is best and healthy for you. When brushing your tangled hair, brush from the bottom up. I did not know this. I learned this like a year ago from a doll's hair care guide. I'm 22. Also, when you brush your hair and it's really tangly, grip your hair right above where you are brushing it. Seriously, grip it as tight as you can. Obviously don't pull it. There will be no pain when you hold it. And just note, the tighter you grip your hair, the less painful it will be. The last person you should ever compare yourself to is a celebrity. They have the ability to spend thousands of dollars a month on the most perfect healthy, organic food and diet and workout plans, and have access to the most high-end personal trainers. You are doing just fine. Make your goals realistic and don't get bummed out if you aren't progressing as fast as someone else. Sewing. Simple straight hem, mend, and button replacement. Nothing fancy, but you'll save yourself money and heartache. Plus, if you're short, you'll always be able to get the pants you want. I can't wear petite lengths. If you ever get raped, your vagina will lubricate to save itself from harm. It doesn't mean that you want it or anything that's stupid. It is still not your fault. You should not feel ashamed over the fact that you got wet. Exactly this. I remember hearing this long ago. You react to tickling whether you want to be tickled or not. You can't help it. Thinking of it this way really put it in perspective to those who don't understand. That it's okay to make a fuss about sexual harassment and assault. It's never something you just have to put up with silently. I think of all the stuff that guys did to me that made me really uncomfortable as a teenager. Guys in shop class running their hands up my shirt when the teacher walked out the room. A guy that wouldn't stop hitting on me and playing with my hair for the duration of a 15-hour flight when I was an unaccompanied minor. At the time, I had no idea I had a right not to be treated like that. I thought it was the price I had to pay for being a woman. That these things happened and I had to put up with it. So yes, you can make a fuss. You can tell the teacher. You can ask to move seats. You don't have to be made uncomfortable. Menstrual cups are a wonderful alternative to pads and tampons. That will save you a lot of money. No more rushing to the bathroom in the 3 minutes between classes to change a pad tampon. No more spending $10 plus a month on period supplies. I've been using a Diva cup for over 8 years and have converted almost 10 friends to one. Menstrual cups have changed my life. Basic financial management. Be involved with managing your finances. Too many times I see divorced or widowed women with no idea as their partners always handled it. Vaginal discharge is normal, as is it bleaching your underwear, as long as you don't have an infection and are showering regularly. The smell of your vagina will generally turn your sex partner on in the same way your sex partner's smell will generally do for you. Question what you're told about gender roles. Why do they say men should do X and women should do Y? Do you think that is right? Haven't you met great guys who don't quite fit X? Do you want to be or do something other than Y? Don't miss living your life and sharing it with great people because of the rigid rules society can try to impose on us about gender. I never noticed the last part, and a married taken woman has more sex than a single one, even if she sees someone from time to time, or at least that's what I've rechecked. They should learn that you don't have to be polite to creepy men. And also you don't have to laugh at guys if they're being offensive rather than funny. Take no crap. Everyone's vag is different. Different lips, different smells, different discharge. Some are flappy, some neat, some smell sweet, some smell earthy. Some people don't have any discharge, some have lots, and some discharge is super acidic and Rex colored panties. Don't be embarrassed of your bajingo. Embrace her, but dear God keep her clean. Bajingo is the best thing the vagina has been called in this thread. It's okay to not go along with the crowd or some guy you're interested in. You can say I don't like or that's not for me and everything will be okay. If they dump you for it, you'll find someone who is into things you are into. Also, you don't have to be polite to someone who makes you feel uncomfortable. How to handle uncomfortable advances and what to do if they don't feel safe. Seems like men or women think they should tolerate unwanted attention and should take it as a compliment, or shouldn't hurt a guy's feelings and so play along. But girls need actually strategies, not just vague empowering statements. It's especially vital for preteen and teen girls who are suddenly getting male attention and don't have any experience or strong guidance in how to handle it, especially since the attention is often from older men or adults. Often guys who are predators and know a girl their age is naive and pliable, and they may have no experience standing up for themselves to an adult. They also need to know who they can go to or call if they're feeling threatened or they find themselves in a dangerous situation, since men or kids are too embarrassed to go to their parents. Here's a good one. If you don't want to have children for whatever reason, you do not have to. You are not broken or less of a woman because of it. It's better to regret not having a kid than to regret having one. You don't have to even follow the life script. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to get married, and you don't have to have children. I came here to post this. Having children is a choice, as is not having them. There are many options for how to or how not to have children. You have the right to choose, even if it isn't what is expected of you. If you aren't happy alone, you won't be happy with someone else. Don't wait for a knight in shining armor to come save you from all of your problems. Educate yourself. Focus on building a successful career and strong friendships with like-minded women, and then find a man or woman who is doing the same. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.